We also have a brand new Jupyter notebook, and by default, it will be named Untitled unless you change it. It's easy to change its name. Okay, I'll rename it. Start Python. And then arrange it. Okay. These lines are quite important. In fact, you type your Python code here. These are actually known as code cells, and we'll be typing all of the Python codes within them. I'm just going to start with the old-fashioned print. Print. How did they do that? Okay. Then, to get this done, just click on Run. Here. You will be able to view the output of your print job. Then you'd want to print 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 6. In a code cells. I'd want to output the 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 6 as a result of this equation. You probably already know that Python doesn't want you to combine numbers with variables. Correct. If you're coming from C or C++, you might write a equals 1 and b equals 9 in another language. Python doesn't want or require your assigned variables. Simply go ahead and execute it right now. I was going to press it on, and you can see the output of being 24 if you pay attention. When I print, how did they do that? This does not show output, but when I add 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 6, it shows me output, okay. Because when you're using directly output like this, which is when you're utilizing a function to print out, which you won't get an output for, but rather a numerical addition that does not include any functions and what's going on is the output, right? So here's a fast little method to remember. I'm going to print 1 plus 1. Right now. It's time-consuming to just keep on running every single time. Correct. You don't have to worry about pressing every single time. Instead, all you have to do is press Shift plus Enter, just as if you're going in. Perhaps I can go and print my name. Okay, I don't have to go down there and press them. That's all there is to it, I just have to hit Shift and Enter. Okay, I'll get my output right now. Let's assume you want to insert a code cell somewhere in this area. I've told you that Shift-Enter produces output and that if you pay attention every time you've entered, this number will get created because if you see it here, the number is getting bigger. Correct? You want your code to be saved, correct? Save your code by going to File and selecting Save or clicking the little floppy disk symbol here. Save your file. This will save your code and the Jupyter book will automatically autosave every code after 3 minutes, I suppose. But if you want to be sure you can press this floppy disk every 2 or 3 minutes, save your code, and start again, it'll do it for you. You've saved the code, and you'd want to convert it to a new file type. Jupyter Notebook will store Python source code in the .pyynb file format. By default. However, if you want your Jupyter Notebook to save your work in the .py format, you must go to File. Download as. As a result, you may access your Jupyter Notebook files in a variety of ways. This is how you may keep your file. Now we'll assume you accidentally hit the infinite while true loop. If you're a beginner programmer and don't understand what an infinite loop is, it's when you create a loop but forget to include a condition that would terminate the loop. If the loop is infinite, it will repeat itself an infinite number of times. Okay, if this happens and you don't know how to stop it, just click on Kernel menu and restart your current kernel. Then I agreed, this will restart your whole file from the start. You may learn more about Jupyter by visiting Help section. Finally, in today's lesson, we'll look at how to use your notebook for note-taking and code writing rather than as a programming tool.